My dad used to believe everything that's on the news, but now seeing this online world and what we're doing on YouTube, his kind of mind has been opened up. But there's a lot of older people that just watch, BBC News, for example. Do you think there's a generational difference there?
It's a technological difference. And I was talking with your father about this before, and it has to do with technological revolutions. Every time a technological revolution takes place, or a technology is introduced that fundamentally shapes the fabric of reality, like AI, or the printing press, or the internet, the first couple years are usually led by authoritarian dictatorship style abuse of that technology. The printing press, when it was originally used, it was banned in most places until it kind of became commercialized, and now, the Bible was being printed all over the place. So now the church no longer had the power struggle of, hey, the peasants have to come to us to learn. So what do we do now? Well, we have to burn the books. But another example of technological revolution that kind of stifled society was the radio. Not the radio in general, but when the radio was introduced in the home. Because now people no longer had to think. They were told what to think by the 3 channels, the 4 channels, the 5 channels on the radio that you would listen to. Now, if you begin to evaluate how the world works today, you can see how easy it would be to manipulate and manage 5 radio channels, 24 hours a day. I could do that right now with a couple $1 million. It's not very difficult. So to assume that that wasn't taking place back then is a fallacy, because it was taking place. That's the first part. The second part is also understanding that the older generation, they didn't really have a choice, right? If all that you have is the fucking public library that's run by the government, the books there are by the government, the history that's written there is by the government, added to the radio in your house, what other source of information you get? You're part of the school system. But another technological revolution took place that disrupted what? It disrupted the radio. What was it? The internet. When the internet was introduced, now people were like, wait. This person is saying this, but I can cross-reference it. Let me check. And now people are utilizing the internet the first 20 years. You saw it, censorship, managing shit, search engine optimization that's controlled, social media bans all sorts of content. But now people are waking up and utilizing this new technology, just like they did in the printing press, and democratizing it. You see decentralization, you see people going viral. You can't really control it, right? At this point, getting censored online is quite difficult. And we've seen this kind of proven over the last couple of years. If you instill enough demand into a specific topic, you kind of can break the algorithm of censorship. And that's kind of what took place in the printing press. That's what took place when the radio was introduced into the household. And when the internet came and broke that disruption for people to no longer have to listen to those 3 channels, but have the ability to do what? To search everything. But what did the smart marketers and the internet kind of nerds do? They're like, okay, well, let's control the first 3 pages of search, because people are lazy. They're not going to go past the first 3 pages. They'll see Luke Belmar's net worth on the first page of Google and assume that that's true. But is it true? How do you know that it's true? How are you cross-referencing it? You don't. You don't even know me. You don't know anything about me. You're just making assumptions based off of the information that's out there. And just like the radio, that information is also controlled. But now you have the introduction of AI and AGI, which is the next revolution that's taking place, which is your access to democratized information. You see videos going viral on TikTok all the time about the craziest shit. And it's real stuff, right? It's the craziest shit. And what it comes to prove is that now the internet is becoming democratized. The information is becoming democratized. So to say, that we live in a different age, it's not an age gap, it's a technological gap. Because had the older generation, like your father, had access to the internet, the decision-making process would have been completely different, because they would have had access to a different set of tools to make decisions. Now we are without excuse. I don't care if you live in Africa, I don't care if you live in South America, I don't care if you live in the North Pole. If you have a computer, if you have a cell phone, if you have the internet, you have the opportunity, specifically with free AI that's out there, to at least do something with your life.